that you're experiencing at least?
Yeah. So many questions, but that's our biggest secret actually. But I can reveal that a bit. So we use pretty common marketing mix. So what we do is we go actually trade shows. Wow. We do a bit outbound. Definitely we do Google, SEO, and then a lot of other stuff. And the best like customer funnel for us is the current customers giving some kind of leads and tips to their partners. And we are building such kind of like infrastructure. So our customers can send electronic invoices and electronic documents between their companies, and that also drives more customers.
I mean, you don't float to the top of AppDirect?
Not
you
yet.
could be in AppDirect, right?
We could, yeah.
There you go.
We are
okay.
we are in the Google
You guys
App Store.
need to talk to each other. I know you're sitting next to each other, but I maybe should introduce you. Okay.
I had a question. You mentioned you had a free version. I was just curious to understand how that works. But then the other side of it is you've got a fixed price. And I was just wondering whether you considered transaction-based pricing, just on volume of transactions.
Mm-hmm. So that's totally the right question. But the business, the small business is not able to pay transactions because, let's say, the smaller store selling low-value pieces, they do like loads of transactions, but actually their like profit margins are very low. And BMW, they have like 5 million SKUs. But they're not selling too many cars, yeah. So we should price right. That's the key, you know. And then we are actually pricing by the value. So so when the customer demands like high availability, then in that case it goes over 1,000 very easily. And then because they need some help desk, they need some support, etc., etc. And then we also offer SLA agreements to those customers. So in that case, we have to take some money to deliver as well. But yes, iPad version, Android version, those are for free. And very basic point of sale on the web is also free. But our key product is in inventory backend, actually. So the inventory backend allows you to do all that kind of magic stuff. The point of sale is the client, which only enables the sales clerk to make the transaction. But actually, the powerful brain is inside the inventory. And our like history is we developed customized ERP systems based on the Microsoft products and based on the Oracle products for quite big companies in Europe. So there were like around 250 projects we did with our team. But in one point we understood that we want to do one solid platform, SaaS-based, because of mainly because of the current hardware cost and upkeep cost. So we are taking off such kind of pains from the companies. They don't need to worry about their like servers in-house, backups, etc.
You're into sales pitch again now, so you've answered my question. Thank you.
So how are you integrated with, I mean, particularly with your inventory management, but with the back-end systems of your customers? How are you exposed to those back-end systems?
Yeah. So thanks to our API, we built loads of connectors. So from like Microsoft Dynamics to Oracle, JD Edwards, etc., also Magento and other web-enabled platforms, we just are writing such kind of like small components. So depending on the configuration, that component sits in like maybe the other system or maybe in our side, depending if the system we integrate with has API or some kind of integration possibility. So, and then thanks to our expertise we gained in the past, where we specially built such kind of integrations, we had such kind of stack of integrations. And it's very easy for us also to pump the Microsoft Dynamics data, for example.
Good choice.
So it's very simple, one click.
I'll make a comment, but I don't know if you've thought through this as well, is I like one aspect of your product, in other words, not the whole product, which is the inventory management piece. I find that fascinating. It's something we've tried to solve specifically at Visa, which is the last mile of the customer. So if you think of a convenience store, they'll order from a wholesaler the goods and services, and most of the time, if they're starting to run low on that inventory, they're running out to a Costco or a Sam's Club to restock that in their little convenience store. What I like about your one is it integrates with that wholesaler, and as those goods and services get low, it reorders the goods and services for them. I'm not sure that the front end, in other words, the cash register piece, is that marketable. I've seen a lot of different companies putting that out. I think your competition there is extremely high, but that one piece that you're solving for, I think, is is cool.
Totally, but that's the lead gen. So we have to do the front end for the customer because if I start with the inventory backend, they don't get the point. They want to have the point of sale. Like the need is the point of sale. The inventory is the thing. Actually, most American companies they don't use in reality. Actually, they pretty much like manually change the inventory numbers, and then that's their inventory. But you hear soon pretty interesting news about the inventory. We around like a week ago, it's a secret, keep it here. We acquired inventory.com, so you will hear about us soon.
Perfect.
About that kind of transactional business. So.
Also, don't forget, most small business owners actually still like the register.
Yeah.
Because small businesses like cash and check.
Yeah.
Even though I'm Visa, I love them to take the Visa card. Small businesses love cash and check. Why? Because there's a lot of skimming going on in the business. So it's how they make their profit margins.
Yeah.
Come on. We know what small businesses think.
In our case, the
there's
data
lower transaction costs,
but
right? They're not paying out as
there
much to
eliminates
Visa.
that completely almost.
Yeah. No, actually not, because you can still like ring up the sales using the web-based point of sale, and your computer is completely empty of any kind of data. So maybe even better.
Actually, so on an interesting point that's related to the skimming kind of, that I think actually is a valid point. It's funny, I have friends at Intuit, and one of the funny things about Intuit is people always try and create web alternatives or networked alternatives to QuickBooks and things like that. And Intuit always laughs, or a lot of people at Intuit, not everyone, will laugh about it a little bit because I guess most Intuit customers actually have 2 copies of QuickBooks. And they don't want it networked at all in any way, shape, or form. One's for accounting and one's for the other form of accounting. So I wonder if that's a problem here. And that relates to your problem too. So I'd be interested to see, like, some people might just want a solution that is just downloadable and appliance-based, which.
I mean, have you guys spoken to Intuit?
Yeah. Actually, our software works with the QuickBooks, for example. So it's automatically integrated with that. So
which copy of QuickBooks? No.
QuickBooks Online, QuickBooks Pro, etc. So yeah, both of them. It works fine.
So just one more, I guess, just quickly, I guess, from the proposition I heard, it's like it's giving the Walmart checkout experience from the corner shop. It's kind of, just to summarize, but I'm just wondering, is there any opportunity to really out-innovate Walmart even with the model that you have to do even more creative things, to provide a much more intimate service at the checkout point to the customers that are coming into the local store?
Yeah. Totally, it's possible, but currently we are building the basic ecosystem actually. So we have to have the products, we have to have the customers, we have to have the like point of sales running and the inventory databases running. So if you have like enough of those in one point, totally we can make a lot of new customer engagement. So we support already Nearfield and other. Thanks so much. Thank you.